first hooked up, he wrote on a slip of paper, "I need money." I said, shit, me too.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a hangout, and also I want to talk about like ingredients in our food, fake ingredients, toxic ingredients, ingredients that lead to us pre-aging and getting Alzheimer's and dementia early. Like, I really want to be educated on that, and I want to learn about it. But I feel like the funnest way for me to learn about things is to do it in an open space, open forum, because education is meant to be shared. It's not meant to be for yourself. But I feel like with food, a lot of the things that we eat is no different than the dog food that we buy for our pets on the shelf. Oh, excuse me. I feel like sometimes the dog food is healthier than the food options that we have for us humans. You know, it just reminds me of Soylent Green. I haven't seen that whole movie, but I guess I will watch it today. I think it's free on YouTube, so I'm gonna watch that movie. But yeah, I was about to make myself something to eat, and I was looking in my kitchen, and I ran into the food that I got from the donation. My apartments, they give out free food on Thursdays at 2 p.m. So I grabbed a whole bunch of macaroni boxes. This was like 2 weeks ago, before I started caring about like processed foods and stuff like that. Because you guys, I'm 39. I don't feel like my old self. One, because I'm getting older, but two, I think that there is poisons in our food. And a lot of Americans don't realize it. They don't realize that a lot of this food leads to diabetes, it leads to kidney failure and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get started. So this was the macaroni box that I got from the donation place last Thursday, and these are the ingredients. And as you can see, the ingredients look like complicated names. I got my microphone on right now. So yeah, it just reminds me of Soylent Green, that movie about people eating other people and not even realizing it, like not even realizing that the government is giving them food made out of other humans. All right, cannibalism. All right, which is something that they're talking about a lot, especially since the Epstein files got released, because a lot of them are rumored to be cannibalists. But anyways, let's jump back into these ingredients. And this is the Learning Together series. Please like the video. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start with yellow 5 and yellow 6. So it says yellow dye's health risk. While red dye is linked to hyperactivity, studies show that yellow 5, tartrazine, and yellow 6, sunset yellow, amp up histamine and leukotrienes. I believe that histamine is an allergy, so the yellow dye actually inflames your body. I don't know what leukotrienes is, though. I've never heard of that before. But these are the same chemicals behind hives and asthma. So let's read more about yellow 5 and yellow 6. Yellow 5 and yellow 6 causes hyperactivity in children. In 2004 and 2007, 3 landmark studies revealed a relationship between fruit juices flavored with AFCs and hyperactivity in behavior in kids. These are known as the Southampton studies. In the Southampton studies, groups of preschoolers and 8 to 9-year-olds were given fruit juices with different mixes and amounts of AFCs. Results of one study showed that those preschoolers who were given mix A containing yellow 5 demonstrated a much higher global hyperactivity score compared to preschoolers who were given the placebo. Preschoolers weren't the only ones affected. The 8 to 9-year-olds who ingested AFCs showed more signs of hyper behavior as well. In fact, researchers found that all children in the experimental group showed slight increases in hyperactive behavior. The behavior issues weren't unique to children who already met the criteria for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So for the kids who already had hyperactivity disorder and attention deficit issues, ADHD issues, this wasn't unique to those children. So they also tested on those children too. It says children between 8 and 9 years old who ingested Mix B, which did not contain yellow 5, but not Mix A, had greater hyperactivity scores. So as y'all can see, the yellow 5 and yellow 6 is also made from petroleum, and that's also not good for you to ingest. Okay, so let's move on to the next ingredient, sodium phosphate. I think sodium phosphate is recognized as safe for consumption by the FDA. But I feel like in higher amounts, it would cause health effects. All right, so it says sodium phosphate is a versatile compound used as a food additive for pH control, texture, stabilization, and curing. In medicine, it acts as a strong saline laxative to clear the bowel for colonoscopies. It is generally recognized as safe, but excessive intake poses risk for individuals with kidney or heart disease. All right, so sodium phosphate in large amounts could cause kidney or heart disease. All right, it stops the food from molding. It stops the food from looking old. So let's move on to the next ingredient, which is silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide is known as a good ingredient. There's really nothing wrong with silicon dioxide. It says silicon dioxide is a natural compound of silicon and oxygen, widely used as an anti-caking agent in foods like salt and spices, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetics to prevent clumping. It is generally recognized as safe by the FDA in food with no or minimal toxicological effects when consumed, while crystalline silica causes serious respiratory diseases. The amorphous food-grade silica is avoided. So silicon dioxide is actually good to consume, but the generic version of it, crystalline silica, actually causes respiratory diseases. So yeah, that's a little bit about that. I just wanted to talk about ingredients in food because this is where I'm going to pivot. I'm going to start talking about subjects outside of gossip and Krishan and Blueface. I'm still going to talk about them, but I want to make other types of videos too. I don't want to box myself in. So please like the video. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.